Welcome back, art students. We are in the next video, and we are continuing on with our botanical illustration. I am doing one of a lily of the valley. I hope that you have found something from real life that is from nature. You do not obviously have to go out and find, you know, this lily of the valley on your own. You can certainly find any other specimen of nature to work from. It could be leaves, it could be you know, some grass, it could be a dandelion weed, you know, anything really that comes from nature. You can just sketch it. And then later on, we're going to actually come back to this and do further research so that we learn from it, because we need to remember we're looking at this art more like a science. Okay, we're trying to learn from nature. So it's going to require a little bit of research. So now that I have the basics figured out over here, I can go ahead and make an attempt over here on this side of drawing it more professionally as a whole plant instead of individual parts. So let's try that out. And just know that you can always look at your plant. You should have your whatever it is you're drawing, you should have it out in front of you so that way you can really draw it thoroughly. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start at the base. I recall that there was like a sheath down here, and there's maybe even a second one. Kind of looks like a little bumpy right there. Okay, and then at the very base, there is like it's kind of scraggly down here, and then lots of close, tight roots. Kind of bunches up right here. And then it starts to, the roots really start to kind of go out like this. And the roots are very white in color, but I noticed that right around this region, it's kind of dark. Okay, now let's see here. The plant kind of splits off into two parts. One part is housing a couple of leaves, so I'm going to start that branch going up there. And then the other one is a little bit narrower of a stem. And the narrower stem is what is holding the flowers at the top. And the stem is actually taller. The flower stem is taller than the leaf stem. However, the leaf stem, right about mid-height here, I noticed that we have some leaves that are coming towards us. So I see a leaf that's coming down like this. And I also notice that it kind of has a bend in it because it's kind of coming towards me. And then from that bend we can kind of see here, kind of soft fold towards the center. And then the other one kind of is a little bit more upright. Kind of goes like this. And it goes, it's okay if it goes off the page. Kind of goes upward like this. This one kind of curls in too a little bit right here. So I'm going to try to capture that. Has a little bit of an underleaf right there. So to show that, based on my lighting, it's a little bit darker on the underleaf part. And we're going to go like this. Here we go. And off the top of our stem here, we have a bunch of those beautiful, wonderful smelling lily of the valley flowers. So I'm gonna draw one that's facing directly at me here. And I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm looking at it straight on. And I'm kind of noticing that When you look at it straight on, it looks like this. And then kind of has that bell shape going from out from it. They have these little tiny itty bitty stems. This one's hanging down like the majority of them. There's another one right here that's kind of revealing its insides to me. And there we go. This one over here. The one at the top, I've noticed, hasn't even opened yet. So I'm thinking that the newer growth, it grows from the top of the plant, not from the bottom of the plant. It's continuing its further development growth towards the top, which is interesting. You know, as you really draw these plants, you will really come to learn a lot about them. And that's the wonderful part of botanical drawing, is that you're learning a lot from nature, just simply by observing it. There we go. And then what I can do is I can have fun being all fancy. So I am gonna go ahead here and just start putting on here some of my observations or factual information that I learned about this specific botanical plant. So I know that this species is called Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley. Okay, so I can write that right there. A few other interesting things I can write is that it's highly poisonous. Highly poisonous. And I can just write my notes everywhere on here. Beautiful smell. I can say the flowers have a beautiful smell. And they're highly poisonous when eaten. So I can really emphasize that importance. So do not eat anything from nature. Let me forewarn you on that. Do not eat anything from nature, unless you probably ask a grown-up first. If you ate this plant, it could easily kill you or put you in the hospital and make you really sick, so you gotta be safe. You know, it's also, what else can I say about this? It has a scientific name. This is what we would call it, but it has a science name. So that scientific name would be, let me write it out here, maybe below here. It's called Convallaria majalis. Okay, so its common name and its scientific name right here. We can also say the flowers are bell-shaped. Bell-shaped flowers. And we can say when they bloom, maybe down here, the bloom time. Is early spring. We can say, what else can we say about this plant? It's a woodland plant. There. So now you can see that we've studied this plant very thoroughly. If you want, you can go ahead then after you've gathered your factual information, and you're kind of pointing towards, some of those facts, you can go ahead and then you can color in with some color pencils really nicely your finished product, okay? Can't wait to see what it is that you observed from nature, all right? I'll see you.